In the heart of a bustling city, amidst the endless noise and hurried lives, lived a young man named Bilal. By day, he was a cleaner in the local mosque, a figure so quiet and unassuming that most people barely noticed he was there. But Bilal carried a secret, a special habit that defined his nights. When the mosque fell silent and the city outside dimmed, he would find a quiet corner. He held a firm belief deep in his soul: Allah hears even when people do on tea. This belief was the guiding star of his life, a comfort in his solitude. Every night, after his long hours of cleaning, when the last worshipper had departed and the heavy doors were closed, Bilal's true worship would begin. He would carefully take his place, open the Quran, and his voice would fill the empty hall. His recitation wasn't perfect like that of a trained qari. His clothes were simple and worn, but what he lacked in polish, he made up for with a heart overflowing with sincerity. As he recited the holy words, his connection was profound. Sometimes tears would stream down his face, and he would whisper into the quiet darkness, "Oh Allah, please accept this humble offering from me." No person ever saw his tears or heard his whispered prayers, but he knew with certainty that Allah was his audience. One harsh winter, a severe illness took hold of Bilal. A deep fever left him weak and shivering, his body aching with every movement. The simple act of sweeping the floors became an immense struggle. That night, his weakness was overwhelming. He tried to sit for his nightly recitation, but his hands trembled so much he could barely hold the Quran steady. With every ounce of strength he could muster, he recited just one short verse, his voice a mere shaky whisper. He gently closed the book, his heart heavy, and murmured, "Ya Allah, this is all I can do today. Please forgive my weakness." He felt a pang of sadness, believing his offering was too small. A few days passed, and as Bilal slowly regained his strength, a famous qari, a master reciter of the Quran, visited their mosque. The community was filled with excitement. After the evening prayer, the local imam addressed the congregation. "For tomorrow's morning prayer," he announced, "we need someone to recite a portion of the Quran." A respectful silence fell over the crowd. No one volunteered, intimidated by the presence of the esteemed guest. Then something completely unexpected happened. The imam's eyes scanned the room and settled on the quiet cleaner in the back. He pointed directly at Bilal. He said, his voice clear, "I have heard your recitation late at night." Bilal's heart stopped. He was utterly shocked. How could anyone have heard him? He had always been so careful to be alone. Trembling with a mix of fear and disbelief, he slowly stood up and walked to the front. Facing the congregation, with the renowned qari watching him intently, Bilal took a deep breath. His voice started to tremble, not from sickness this time, but from nervousness. But as he began to recite, he forgot the crowd, he forgot his fear. He poured his entire heart and soul into the words, just as he did every night in his solitude. A profound silence enveloped the mosque. The sincerity in his voice was palpable, a raw and beautiful connection that transcended technical perfection. Soon the sound of soft weeping could be heard as many in the congregation were moved to tears. When he finished, the visiting Kerry looked at him with deep admiration. "This voice," the Kerry declared, "does not come from the throat. It comes from a heart that is truly connected to Allah." That day, Billow's life changed forever. But more importantly, his understanding deepened. He realized he was never truly unseen. His quiet, hidden worship was never wasted, never unheard. And in his story, there's a powerful lesson for us all. Allah does not look at our fame, our status, or our perfection. He looks at the sincerity within our hearts. Even the most hidden voice, whispered in the darkest of nights, can reach the highest of heavens. Thank you for listening. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires the soul.